Welcome viewers to another edition of Brave Namibia, where we celebrate both ordinary and extraordinary Namibians. In our first clip today, we meet marathon athlete Sieglinde Gontes. She spoke to Tanya Bowser.
Swakop, ek het in Swakop. Sieglinde, my van is Gontes. Ek is van Swakop. Ek het in Swakop gebore. En in Swakop het ek my eerste skool by Eerste Sekonde begin. En Vrederede het ek voorgegaan, toe gaan ek Diebasin toe. Diebasin is die stad van ons op Ombai, waar vanaf my oma en opa goeders kom. Ek is eintlik van daar so. Op Ombai is eintlik my geboorteplek, want toe ek teruggevat Salbos, einde van die dag. En daarna het ek in Omaru my skool gaan klaargemaak. Die meisieskool is Kops. Dis waar ek die skool gaan klaargemaak het. En dis waar ek ook met my atletiekband begin het. Met die hardlopery wat ek begin gehardloop het. En hoe ek begin gehardloop het, toe ek die skool klaar is, toe denk ek, nee, maar ek het moes vir die skool gehardloop, kom ek gaan nou doen, net bietjie Rossenmarathon. Toe het ons die Rossenmarathon is ons wat begin het, die eerste marathon was het ek en Annette Kashong was sy is nog 'n juffroukie. En by Van Rein van skool het eerste Rossenmarathon gehardloop. Ons was er twee mense wat gehardloop het. Twee meisies wat die hele marathon gehardloop het. Daar was mansmense, maar ons vroumense was daar net twee. Ek was uit die skool uit en ek het in Swakop gaan gebly. En my ma sê ek het moes teruggegaan by die huis. En toe het ek na Olympic Leadership course gegaan, 'n diploma het ek gegaan daarso. Wat bring vir my ingeskrywe, Prinkslappers, ek is van Swakop stryders. My permanente klap waarin ek tot nou toe is. En toe het ek nou Olympic Leadership course klaar gemaak, toe is dit gesê, daar is 'n Rossenmarathon. Toe is ek in daarso. Dis waar ek begin het, waar ek die marathons begin het. Dan daarop is ek nie gestop nie.
Daai was die marathon wat jou loopbaan in langafstand marathon geloods het.
Ja,
Wat die gogga gebyt het.
Wat die gogga gebyt het. Van daarop toe gaan ek dit in die baan en toe is ek hierso, toe begin ek hardloop, toe kom bly ek hierso in die naam. En toe is ek wat Junam ingeneem, toe is dit wat ek begin het, Tisan Games het ek gehardloop in Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, en daar het ek nou 800 en 1005 en 3000 het ons gehardloop, en 800 het ek net Samaria gehardloop. En ek was altyd tweede, want dan sê ek vir my by die 800 gewen. Ek was bietjie spoed. Dis hoe ons nog begin het.
So jy het nie net marathon, jy het ook lang afstande gedoen.
Ja, ek het ook lang afstande gedoen.
Waarvan hou jy meer?
Ek hou waarvan ek nou meeste hou is, ek hardloop net die 2 oceans, 56 kilometer, daarna hou ek net van die 21's. Hier in Namibië moet ek net 21's hardloop.
Okay, so jy hardloop die 2 oceans nog steeds?
Ja.
Elke jaar?
Elke jaar moet ek dit gaan doen.
Hoeveel keer het jy dit al
Ek het nou
gehardloop?
17 keer. 17.
Wat is jou beste 2 oceans wat jy nog gehardloop het?
My 2 oceans wat ek, die PP wat ek gehardloop het, was 2001. Wat ek 4 ure 31 seconds gehardloop het. Ek en Elisabeth Mukuti was daar. Ons was die topmeisies tyd. Topmeisies. Die marathon, as sy nie daar is, dan wen ek. Marathon, as sy daar is, dan wen ek. So het ons mekaar die kans gegee. Dis hoe ons die marathons van Namibië begin.
Almal?
Ek hardloop nie almal nie. Ek hardloop die is 'n wat. Ek het laas jaar het ek hierso die Bibo gehardloop, wat ek so mooi gehardloop het. En daarna is dit Nabagap mense wat ek hardloop. Rossensene, Oesapsene hardloop ek ook. Daarna is dit die streetmen wat ek gaan hardloop aan die een Omaru.
Sieglinde, hoe oud is jy?
Ek is 55.
En jy hardloop nog steeds marathonne asof dit niks is?
Ja, dis vir my. En ek sê, ek hou baie van dit.
Dit hou jou aan die gang?
Dit hou vir my aan die gang.
Okay.
Want die ding is, kyk, as ek nie hardloop nie, dan is ek nie 'n persoon nie. Ek moet al die hardloop. In die oggend moet ek bietjie draf, dat ek my dag kan maak. Dan is ek wakker persoon. Raak wakker 4 uur. 4 uur is my. Outomaties raak ek net 4 uur wakker. dan moet ik, als ik klaar wakker geraakt het, dan moet ik een beetje praten voor de hemelse vader. Met hom bietjie praat. Daarna 5 uur, dan maak ik kabinet gereed. 20 voor 6, dan gaan ik uit. Dan moet ik een uur dragen. Ochtenddienst, een uur. Bietjie dragen, dan kom ik terug bij die huis. Stretching klaar, dan shower ik voor mij. Dan kom ik 9 uur na mijn lieflijke werkje, zoek ik toe. Dat is die 2 oceans. 2 oceans. Kijk jij, dus en ik zo zei, ik droom al iets van 2 oceans. Kijk, die 21 heb ik ook gedaan, dat tijd van Quintel Stilleboorders. En daar was een tijd wat ik wil, die 21, die All Mitchell Victory Races. Het ons altijd gedaan. En hij heeft me gezegd, nee, Shotty, zolang als wat die leven, wat maak je? Wil je ronddrinken? Of wel wat wil je rondmaken? Hou bij jou bezig. Die krijgen onze centjes daarvoor. Dus wat Quintel worden ze mij altijd ingelegd. En nadat hij ook dood is, toen droom ik in die aan. Hij komt bij mij, Shotty staan op. En kom, ga naar boven. Is wat ik gedroomd heb. Toen zei ik, oh, als iemand ook zo wat. Nee, dat is wat ik hoop voor mij, dat is aan mijn genieten. Niemand kan in mijn pad komen en bij mij komen zeggen, Shorty, hoe kom hardlopen je? Nee, ik wil niet. En zo. Gelukkig als ik niet getrouwd niet. En niemand kan niet bij mij komen zeggen, mijn vrouw, hou op hardlopen niet. Hij is eerlijk.
Doen wat je wil.
Ik doe wat ik wil. Op die tijd wat ik wil. Ik heb wel Comrades ook gedaan. Comrades heb ik gedaan, twice. 2007 en 2008 heb ik gedaan. Het eerste jaar was 11 uren. Het tweede jaar heb ik 9 uren gedaan. Zo uitsteken, dat was. Maar ik heb nou daar klaar maar Comrades is zo. En ik is een beetje ouder nou. Ik weet nou. Ik kan nog hardlopen, Comrades kan ik doen. Ik heb niet een probleem met Comrades. Als ik net mooi enopen, dan zal ik Comrades ook doen. Maar toen is het op mijn haartje. Ik hou van 56 kilo's hardloop ik niet zo af. Want ik voel het niet. Nadat ik klaar hardloop, ik voel niet, ik is baie moe niet en zo. Lucky Star zal ik doen. 3 jaar wil ik Lucky Star doen.
Heb je het al voorheen gedaan of nog niet?
Baie keren.
Oh, oké.
Ik heb baie keren gedaan. Ik was 4 jaar of 6 jaar achter elkaar gewend. Die Dolphin Marathon. Dit was die Dolphin. Toen schreef ik naar Lucky Star doen. Nou is het weer, ik weet niet, je hebt een andere naam weer, ik weet niet of het nog een Lucky Star is. Ja, Lucky Star sponsor niet meer. Ik denk je hebt een andere naam. Dat is te veel om te noemen. Die wetters leiden en leggen rond, kan ik maar zeggen. Die goed is vol. Die zakken is in het vol van die middels, die kant. Zit bij je gewend. We zitten altijd ook die 10 keetjes gaan doen in Cape Town en het is een perl. Het was altijd ik en Elisabeth en Magdalena, St. Pledo in Karasburg. Het was die Reizende Planet wat ons gedaan heeft. Kijk je van Reizende Planet. Dit wordt elke jaar in landen gedaan wat die duinen heeft. In die wintertijd wordt het gedaan. Daarin was ik gesponsord van die toerismeboot.
Oké.
En ik was de enige zwarte persoon in dat jaar was ik de enige zwarte persoon in dat groepje.
Hoeveel mensen?
Ons was 250. Was ons ook 250. Ons was 200 en iets.
Mensen wat gehardloop het?
Ja, kijk, het was, die kilo's wat ons gedaan het was 250 kilo's. Moest je afleggen in 6 dagen. 6 dagen moet je afleggen. Die eerste dag is wat ons in die Rivier ingegaan. Het was de eerste keer wat Reizende Planet hier was. Dit wordt in al die landen rondgehouden. Australië, daar rond. Wordt in al die landen waar die duinen het gehouden. Je slaapt in die veld. Daar staan jullie op ochtend, daar loop jullie. Zo is het aangegaan.
En je hebt hem klaargemaakt?
Ik was die top promes. Ik heb in Lutrets gaan gaan. Ik was de eerste promes van Namibia. Van die promes, ja. Van Namibia was ik de eerste. Ik was die top 3. Ik was die 4e. Elke dag het 6 kilo's. Zo die eerste dag het was 38 kilo's gedaan. Je gaat in die visrivier in. 8 uur proef het ons ingegaan. 3 uur was ik uitgeweest daar bij die visrivier. En dan ga je bij die kamp. Daar wordt kampen opgezet. Namen is gegeven bij die tenten waarin jullie gaan slapen. Je gaat met jouw zak. Je maakt jouw matrasje op. Jy maak jou kossietjies aan, dan eet jy, dan slaap jy daar. Oggend dan gaan jy by die next kilos. En Vrydag toe moes ons naby Lutrits gaan.
Dis die laaste.
Is die laaste strijd. En daarna, toe ons daar gekom het, is nou die vinnige mense vorentoe gesit. Nou ek was ook in die vinnige mense wat opgesit het, die eerste groepietjie. Toe was ek daar in Lutrits met die Namibiese vlag. Toe moes die mense vir my gaan ontmoet en so lekker reis gewees.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
Is het van seil wat dan kom uitrol hier van die posisie.
Poor sportsmanship right now from the lads.
You might be physically ready, your body is ready, but mentally.
Here's another chance and it is a goal from Vindo Kahan.
Of wij zij sê ja, is er aan neertrekken. Hy bal het my grond gevat. Ja, hy het grond gevat en is
But just enough next.
Running that mountain up. Okay, so we will be doing this for the mountain climber. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love it. I love it. So then
Kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one.
Op Netwerk TV se Klets Kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
next, we head to Okahanya, where Aurelia Afrikaner caught up with 26-year-old Ritja Kapuire, an entrepreneur in education who embodies the spirit of innovation and dedication to learning.
Hi guys, my name is Ritja Kapuire. I am the co-founder of an extra classes called the Good Generals. I'm a resident of Okahanja. I'm just here to tell you guys a bit about myself. So I was born in Khobabas. I was raised here in Okahanja. I've been here since 2005. And yeah, I did my primary school here. I did my high school here. And yeah, so I'm very well familiar with the place. So yeah, just to give you guys a backstory also on the fact that I studied at UNAM, and yeah, I did a course which is still on pause, and I'm still gonna continue with it. I'm doing I'm a computer science student. With that said, I want to tell you guys also a bit about the classes, the Good Generals. So this is something I started doing last year because it's a natural gift I've neglected for a while. Since my grade 10 holiday, grade 10, which was quite sometimes a few years back, I would always help out. My mom is a teacher, so I'd always go to different schools. I would help them out. My mom's school, I started with my mom's school. I would help wherever teachers are not there, then I would fill in for the teachers and teach the kids. So last year now, I was thinking to myself, and I was talking to one of our lady pastors in church. I was like, what can I do? What is something that I can do that's gonna generate and make money? So she gave me the idea of, like, since you are teaching, at the time I was teaching at a school called Okahanja Primary School. She was like, since you are teaching, why don't you do something and start making class, or like start with extra classes? Because I was not a qualified teacher at the time. I was just helping out on the basis that I had a good reputation of being someone who comes in and does proper work for the kids or with the kids. So that's how the Good Journal started about, and it's something that is now, this is its second year going forward. And yeah, so I'm also, last year since I started with it, I was also thinking, it's like, why don't I do a degree? So I'm also currently doing a degree. I'm pursuing early childhood development. I'm doing it at NAMCO. It's a 3-year degree as well. So yeah, that's a bit about myself and what's happening in my life. So how would my friends describe me? Well, I'm a very calm person. I'm very I'm a loyal friend in a sense. I've been told. I'm also an encourager. I love to encourage people. I love to encourage my friends. So whoever is around my space, they know that they'll always be encouraged. And I'm very family oriented. So I really believe in strong bonds amongst friends, amongst family. So in a nutshell, I think those are the few things about me that my friends would usually just remind me of. Yeah. Okay, so what are some of the challenges I faced? Um, so Initially, I've always wanted to do engineering. I've always thought to myself, like, I want to be an electrical engineer. And when I did pre-engineering for 1 year at UNAM, and I think one of the reasons that it was not a success story is because of the fact that I was not as disciplined as I was supposed to be, and also just the new transition from high school to varsity, moving to a different town, staying in Windhoek, staying in a hostel. I don't think I carried the necessary discipline to achieve. So I think one of the struggles there was a lack of discipline. And then when the computer science that I'm doing and the teaching I'm doing is something that I would also say, like, I've had struggles with, but not as much, because now it's like I've learned to apply something to it. I've learned to apply a discipline about it. And the studying the extra classes would also be one thing that I can say I may have experienced challenges in. I think it's just more like having a place, looking for a big enough place that accommodates learners, looking for a conducive environment for the learners, and then also like teaching different learners who need different things, giving them information. It's not really the easiest thing to do, because you have to find what works for the different learners, because not all of them learn the same. So it's also finding ways on how to teach, on how to get through to the learners. I think also that's been one of the beautiful struggles I've also had. So those are just a few struggles that I would say I've had in my life, and in pertaining to my pursuing careers and businesses and all. Yeah. So guys, in the midst of all this, I think the question I just got is that how do I keep a positive attitude from changing courses, from trying to navigate through life, from trying to start a business or trying to start a school or something? How have I kept the positivity? I must say it's very difficult. I must say that it comes and it goes. Like, there are times where you're super pumped, and then there are days whereby you feel like, man, not much or nothing is happening. But I feel like through it all, I've had a good support group around me, and through it all, I honestly know the gift that I can share. It's like, I know, like, I don't want to say called, but like I have a natural relationship with children, so it's something that has always been there. And then so it has helped me also, like, whenever I do teach and I get a positive response, it's like, no, my child is now doing better, or they're understanding better. I think that has also encouraged me all throughout the years. Okay, so in regards to the school or the extra classes, it's called the Good Generals. It started last year, and last year we were giving it to learners from grade 0 pre-primary to grade 7, because that's the field or that area I'm more comfortable with, because I've taught at different schools. I've mainly taught these grades 0 to 7. But then I also had an opportunity to tutor some high school learners last year, which now is like I've expanded, and I'm also adding high school learners to the classes for English and math. So we help with homework, we help with projects, we help with reading, we help with math, we help with all this. Yeah, And then basically, as I'm saying that, I don't just want to be a teacher who teaches school-related matters. I also want to help learners in terms of being comfortable in their identity, just stuff that I know were neglected when I was in school, and stuff that I know that children need nowadays to blossom and to just be who they are supposed to be. And in the classes, I do happen to employ a few of my fellow youths. I've had a student. I have a student teacher also. She was a NUST. She's not currently with us. She's still pursuing her studies. I'm still having 2 high school learners who also help me give the classes. And yeah, there's also a third one that I'm looking into now, which is also like a student. So it's just basically something that also caters for them to have something to be able to teach and to be able to encourage and just, do something for the classes as well. So what would my advice be for someone who just finished school, maybe pursuing a career, any career? I would say that whatever you set your mind, whatever you decide to study, stick to it. Stick to it, regardless of whether it's something that you will forever be doing or not. Just stick to it. For example, like if it's a 4-year course, finish the 4 years. Finish the 4 years. Don't start it and then leave it halfway. I'd encourage you to definitely do that, because even though it's not the very thing that you may feel like you would want to do, I'm sure one way or another it will help you come to a point or get to a place whereby you'll be led on exactly what it is you want to do. And then also on the fact that I want to encourage and tell you that, look, it's not going to be an easy journey. It's not going to be an easy road. But if you are determined and you are disciplined, you will achieve and you will do anything. The discipline, being where you need to be and doing what you have to do, ultimately is the key to succeeding. Whether you go to university, whether you go study or you start something, the discipline of just is what you really, really need.
Word of today. What would your word for today be?
All right. So the word I would encourage you guys with, I'm a firm believer in God. I'm a firm believer in God. The Bible says that with God, you can do nothing. John 15 verse 5, it says that, for without me, you can do nothing. So I believe that everything I do is by the grace of God. So it not just reminds me to also remain humble, but also reminds me that, look, I have a source. I have someone who gives me life. I have someone who sustains me. I have someone who, if I involved, and I always look to him, even whatever I put my hands to will be something that will forever blossom and forever work. So I just want to encourage you that, look, keep drawing closer to God. Keep looking to him for everything. And whatever you do, do it with God by your side.
Take a load off and tune into another episode of Brave Namibia, when we take a look at both ordinary and extraordinary Namibians sharing their stories. Brave Namibia is broadcasted on NTV Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. and oneup2.com, and broadcasted on the following Facebook platforms on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Republican, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and all Namibia Media Holdings pages. For more information, contact the Brave team at brave@synergy.com.na. Brave Namibia, for the ordinary and extraordinary Namibians.
Thank you for tuning in today. If you know of someone who you feel should feature on our show, please contact us at brave@synergy.com.na.